Well, good morning.
Hello, everybody.
There we are. So, wasn't that exciting, the alarm clock?
We're just chuckling at the alarm clock going off here.
Yeah.
And that lovely picture of the sun that came up just now. It's really like that here. The sun is up.
So, how many pairs of shoes did you bring?
Actually, I managed to get 2 pairs in the bag and you didn't know. Plus 2 dresses. How's that?
Well,
I'm dead chuffed.
I'm surprised. It was that other man in the other seat with the 73 bags I wondered about. Did we pay him?
No.
When we got to the immigration guy said, "Oh, nice shoes. Got any more?"
He was lovely.
I thought I could flog them to him, you know. Well, when we got to Heathrow, you had to take them off, didn't you?
Well, that's true.
Yeah, see, they fancied them, but we could have flogged them there. We're missing on a move there.
I've been moving for years to get things sneaked into Ghana without Jim seeing them.
Next year, next time we come, I'm going to bring a bag of shoes to flog at the security. Could cover our costs, couldn't it?
It would indeed.
Yeah.
It would.
So you got any? And I suppose you've got nothing to wear.
No. I'm in my Ghana colours today, my bright sunny colours today. Please no jumpers, no cardigans, and it's
no trousers.
Warm. Don't be silly.
Well, we woke up to this morning.
Isn't it lovely?
Look
The
at that.
blue sky just lifts the heart. It really is lovely, and the white of our buildings just reflect it.
Look at those clouds.
They're lovely, aren't they?
The palm tree in the background.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That palm tree we get coconuts from. That one in the background.
That's true.
You've gone to sleep. You still
No,
there?
I said to you, I haven't picked my glasses up, so I have to look very carefully. Yeah, sometimes a ladder appears and the boys go up into the palm tree and the coconuts come down. They are lovely, really nice.
They're nice. And that's Paul's house there.
Oh, that was Paul's house, was
at
it?
the back.
Oh, right.
And that's the back view from our house. And in the distance, behind the clouds, is the main road to Accra. Well, it's called a road. Actually, it's track.
Yeah, with more holes than road.
It is absolutely disgusting. It is almost impassable now.
Now, that's the view that we have from our balcony every morning. And I go out on the balcony and look across to Paul's house. And if the light's on in the kitchen, which it always is, Anita is up.
Yeah.
I love that view. It's very precious to me.
Now, the journey yesterday, not yesterday, what was it? What we got here? Let's have a look and see what we got. Who's that?
Well, he's discovered that he can do WhatsApp on the plane. So there we were at 30,000 feet. Plus, one of us.
I've sat on a pin.
I moved at that point because I wanted nothing to do with him. I kept wondering, what are you doing? And there he was on the phone. And he was WhatsApping Paul here and saying hello from 38,000 feet.
Our journey was incredible, wasn't it?
It was.
So easy.
It was the prayer. It was definitely the prayer that it just went, the journey just passed. And suddenly they were serving the sort of like the meal before we land. And I thought, hang on, we've just had lunch. At the time just passed. It was a miracle.
Yeah.
And that's what we always pray. We want a journey that is nothing.
When we checked into security at Heathrow, it was empty. It was just the two of us. It's wonderful. And we were straight through. And it was like that all day.
It was
and
really
Kotoko
good.
was brilliant. And we have to, we're supposed to show health certificates. We have to get them in England. But when we got to the sanitaire, it's called, where we have to show, this guy said, COVID. So I showed my COVID passes I got from Ghana.
And we were through.
Everybody else was fishing in their bags for their health declarations. And so, but we, you saw, we've got a COVID thing with the Ghana sort of flag colours on the front. We just showed that through.
We were through. It was amazing, wasn't it?
We get to the immigration. He sees our residence visa. We're through.
And we met a lovely guy on the immigration, the next bit. He was a young man called Daniel. He had his name badge on it. And he was a typical Ghanaian young man. And he just smiled at us and said, "Welcome, Mama and Papa, back to Ghana."
Yeah, and he said, "It's your first visit."
And we said, "We have been coming more times than you've lived."
Times, yeah.
And he was just lovely.
Now, I want to point out to the football fans on this morning that when I came off the plane, and there's always a queue of Africans waiting to go on to clean it, and one of them shouted out, "Seagulls!" There's a man.
I think you'll be writing to Burwash today.
There is a man of significance.
Ghana will now be blessed.
Because out here we're football crazy. And there's no question, even worse than UK. And so we're all absolutely football crazy. So it was great. It was a nice welcome.
He was nice. He was of the old school Ghana,
Yeah.
which is really lovely.
But you see, you get that. Ghana's a very friendly country. The Ghanaian spirit is very friendly.
It is. It's just lovely when you step into a foreign land. Well, it's not foreign to us now.
No.
To be welcomed in that way and with a great big smile. Because you go through some European airports and you think, oh, crumbs.
Oh,
but never Ghana.
You're less far in the bag. In fact, if you've looked at my Just a Christian Poet, I wrote a poem about that from Schiphol Airport. You can read it. I passed the baggage drop and I thought, that's all I am. You're a bag. That's all I'm seen as. But not in Ghana, not in Kotoko. There's always a queue waiting. A guy's going to go on and ladies do the jobs. They're always, hello, welcome, nice to see you. It makes a big impression.
It does.
And as we're 100 years old, they can't believe we're still alive.
and walking down the rampways.
We get a lot of help and a lot of support in that respect. So, we like it very much being
And they
here.
asked us, didn't they? They said to us, what do you do? And you said you were a pastor, and I said I was a teacher. And he sat back in his chair and he said, wow. I said, I'm still working, I haven't
that's something
retired.
that people can't understand, that we're still working. I was talking to Tom, the rector of our benefice. I said, Tom, I can only do so much. I'm still working full time. He said, what? I said, don't be rude. That's his Sundays done for 6 months, I can tell you that. Now, anyway, let's rabbit on a bit, aren't we, here? So I'm wearing the school logo here, the school logo there, and the school will be assembling outside in a minute. I've just written a poem for the school assembly. You can see it on Just a Christian Poet later today. So you hear the noise already of them building up.
I met we have a new gate man on the base.
Is that Sydney or Rodney, is
No,
it?
I went across to him yesterday. You were saying
Rodney.
about your shirt today. I went across to say hello to him yesterday, and I said, hello, Daniel.
Daniel.
And he looked at me and he said, you know my name. And I said to him, looking at him straight in the eye, I know everything. But the point of this story was he had a lovely shirt on, and on it, Serving Africa Mission.
Yes.
And I was well impressed by that.
No photograph of me on it.
We're working on that
I don't
one.
understand this. It would just, anyway, there we go.
And we saw the flags last night when we drove in.
We'll do some videos of all this in the coming weeks and put it on. I haven't got videos today because, we're a bit pushed for time and we want to see how this would work from here. So I've dropped the video level a bit, but we'll put some videos in. You can see all that. Anyway, now something happened at Hereford.
It did.
Which you've been going to for some time, haven't we?
Yeah, we've. It was a real joy. The family in Hereford, the daughter's family there, and here they are here. This is, there's Wendy, Jean, Maureen and Anne. And each of those ladies...
Wendy is the one clapping hands on her hands, yeah, and that's Jean.
Anne is in the back and Maureen is to the side.
Yeah.
And these ladies have been with us to Ghana. Wendy was the first one to come with us many years ago. And from Wendy's stories of Ghana, she brought these three ladies out. And they've been several times with us. And they decided they were going to do something for us here at the mission.
For the nurse.
For the nurse. And they've done it before. And they decided they would have an Anitas Breakfast. Now, Anita is Paul's wife, and Anita cares for us here. And Anita is a brilliant cook. I love her to bits. And the breakfast they had when they were here in Ghana has lingered in their memories, and they love it. And
so what's this picture then, Harry?
This is a
you're rabbiting a bit,
picture of the kitchen in Homer.
It's me they want to
where
see.
They
I mean,
had the
we
breakfast.
just
Be quiet.
I'm sorry.
And there's Wendy just before it was about to begin. So it was an Anitas Ghana breakfast, and they had over 70 people said they wanted to come. We've worked with these in Homer for a long, long time, and with the daughter's family. And this is some of the people who came to the breakfast. We're back again. Why are we on the screen?
Because they felt they wanted to support the nurse. And as you know, the medical centre is a sustainability project. We have to pray and seek in the funding before we go ahead. And we needed the nurse's salary for 2 years to be sure this is what we felt was right. And because of their gift, we're able now to go ahead.
It's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So they arranged the breakfast, the people came, and we are still living in the blessing of that, not only money, but also the Spirit's been touching
And
us
another
all.
gift came from her, but I don't want to make that public, but it also helped push the whole project forward. So now we can seek the nurse with her funding for 2 years. And that was all because of this.
That's right.
And it isn't just the breakfast, it's the love, isn't it?
It was the coming together. And they spoke about, they obviously had the recent pictures and recent updates. Because I wanted the church to know this is where we are now. We're not, I keep on about this, we're not a picture on the back of the wall where the photos are crinkling at the edges. You knew us right at the beginning. Now look where God has brought us. And they just loved it. They loved it.
And this is what we think, that, Debbie swam in the North Sea and others make jam, knit things, sew things, they do things. And in this way, it isn't the money, is it? It's the fact that you become part of us.
That's right. And I always remember Betty ages ago. She made marmalade and sold marmalade.
I could do some marmalade now,
Yeah,
actually.
I actually was thinking we'll have to go to the shop you want us to go, don't we?
Well, I tell you what, she pinched marmalade from the lounge in Ski-Pole. It's true.
I'm not commenting.
And it's on my table now. No. What we understand about sustainability is we're a faith mission, but but times are changing and we're having to move into the sustainability model. But what it does is it helps people feel part of us.
Yeah, they feel
we
they belong.
couldn't care less about them. It's irrelevant. But all those people that came to Hereford now feel part of us.
Yeah, it's
and
lovely.
we want to encourage all of you to go this way, and we can provide all the materials you want, all the pictures and all the videos, whatever. I'm thinking of doing a poetry evening, by the way, to help with the kitchen sustainability project. Anything, whatever you have, you can use. Mind you, I don't need to be part of this, do I? I'm kind of part of it already. But sustainability gives you a chance to belong. And I think a lot of our people are new. A lot of people have joined us new. We have many new members in our network now. And by helping the sustainability project, you belong to us. You're part of us.
Yeah, and we work really hard.
These people here can say, "I've been part of the nurse."
Yeah.
I think that giving people the opportunity to be part of our work is very, very important. The children outside just warming up for assembly, they're there because we're all part of them.
Yeah.
And that's so important, I think.
And we work really hard at that, don't they?
We
and
do,
I
yeah.
work hard at that on the daughters.
Yeah.
We're part of this together. Part of it together.
Yeah,
And look what we've done.
We like people. We're a small mission. We like people to be part of us. As the rector of the church we belonged a long time ago, said he doesn't have an answer phone. If you ring the rector, you get him. We're the same. If you want to talk about the mission, you get me. Or you might get it defaults to, now these days, it defaults to voicemail, but you'll get me ringing you back. We're a small mission. We like people to be part of us. We know most of you by name. Especially the new ones. We're learning your names and who you are. Now, David came up to, where did he go?
Newcastle.
Yeah, and got to know all the people up there that have joined us. We like people to be part of us.
And we saw this morning that Sandra was on from Southampton and Jane was on from Burwash today. And you know us and we know you, and that's what it's about.
A lot of others are on as well
Yeah,
this morning.
I haven't seen that
yet. This is Meet the Family, but as you know, I've had to drop the videos out this is a family we want you to meet.
Aren't they lovely?
Can't you
Aren't
hear
they
him
lovely?
going, "Woo!"
But as you pointed out, he's not the star yet.
No. That's Paul and Anita.
Yes, Paul and Anita.
And we've known them for ever since we've been coming to Ghana. Now, tell us about their family.
They have. I'm thinking they have so many children like us.
You can
Michael,
talk. Well,
I
you
know.
can talk.
I have to think.
What a thing to say! This is 6 babies.
Michael is the oldest.
Yes.
And then there's Barama.
Last week we spoke about Michael, sickle cell.
Yeah. And then there's Barama. And there's David. Then there was Ruth Diamond. And then Asidar. And then Nadum. I've got to go up on the M. And that is their family.
Yep.
And they live next door.
Another family member. There's 6 of them.
Who's the other one?
Ruth Diamond.
I mentioned Ruth
Did
Diamond.
you? I wasn't
You
listening.
missed
I
that.
don't listen when she's rabbiting.
I would never have missed Ruth Diamond out.
No.
So there were the
Eric
6
here,
children.
still with us here on the base. Mm-hmm.
So that is Paul's family, and they have got their African clothes. Anita's got a new dress. I'm going to have a look at that. And Paul I always say, you look lovely. The colours and everything is spectacular.
She's pumping him up a bit now.
Yeah, because... But
he'll be over on the rise in a minute.
He'll be over.
Yeah.
But please... We are so blessed with this our African family.
And Anita runs all the catering. She's a caterer and the shop.
Yeah.
And Paul runs everything else.
That's right. I don't think they sleep. I don't know what they do, but every time... Where's that come from? They both work extremely hard.
The key thing here about Paul and Anita is that when we began the work, when I began it 30 plus years ago, I was determined it should be an African work run by Africans and not my sort of vanity project. And so when I met Paul and we began to get to know each other through Bishop, I realised this was the man that could lead the work here. It's what we wanted, isn't it?
That's
From the very outset. The only Westerners who come out here now is Mary and I. And because of the way the work is structured, you know, Paul runs it out here. But if you're going to do a missionary work, it has to belong to Africa.
Yeah. And we've always done that, haven't we?
Yes. And we have to do the work the African way. This is the trouble. Did I speak about this at Phillips recently? We can't impose Western solutions on a Ghana culture. It must be Ghana solutions, not Western solutions. And we're very, very strong on that. And Paul, you know, and he has his own team, all Ghanaians, and the work is rooted in Africa. I've seen missionary works that become a sort of vanity project, and when the founder dies, it dies.
Well,
I don't believe in that.
And one of the things is Paul is very, very good with me because I make a lot of mistakes, but he smooths them over, and he's taught me an awful lot.
Well, Paul's dad, Bishop Forey, we started the work together, he taught me masses of things not to do, you know, and he sort of began to take away my Western attitudes and help me see the Ghanaian attitudes. And the Ghanaian attitudes are very different. And the way we work in Ghana has to be the Ghana way. It's their country, not ours. And Mary and I have learned how to work in the Ghana way. And there are many, many, because they speak English, it's easy to think this is England, but it's not.
No, that's true.
You know, and we have to work. We have to develop Ghana solutions for Ghana problems. Then they'll stick. It may take 10 times as long, because we Westerns are good at solution solving, but nevertheless. And I think a lot of Western churches do just that, impose Western ideas onto Africa. And particularly when we give things, be so careful what we give and who we give it to and when we give it. Because sometimes we can accidentally damage without knowing it. And we breed dependence. We don't want dependent children. I don't want Paul dependent on me. I want to work with him as a co-founder and as a father and a son. I don't want dependency. And if we keep giving and giving from England without thinking about it. Now, it's different when it comes to the new malaria vaccine. Sometimes the grandparents have to help, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And we're helping Sarah, we help our children. And sometimes the grandparents have to help. And I think here's where we need to help because the vaccine is expensive. And I'm hoping that we can see that. But be very careful how we do these things.
But we're still learning, aren't we?
Every day's a school day here in Ghana.
Yeah. Now, look at this.
Next week we will feature the health centre together. So you might have seen, we did some video inside. I think it was on Mission Update. I put it there somewhere. But next week we'll be able to spend a bit more time. I want to talk to Paul about how we see it. We'll video it again and so on. But we just wanted to trail it this week, didn't we?
When we came in on Monday night, obviously very quiet and dark and everything, and we came round the corner and it was lit up. It was lit up, and it just looked so lovely to see it there and with the lights on. It was a place of comfort, and a place of you'll be okay here. You'll be okay here.
Yeah,
and it was lovely.
If we just trail that this week for you, because I put it up because this is what a lot of people have been working in the sustainability.
This is what Hereford helped with.
Well, they help with the nurse.
Yeah.
This was all done earlier in the sustainability project by people giving, and this was an existing building which we've redesigned. But I wanted just to trade this week so if anyone's watching from Hereford, this is where the nurse will work. Now in the night, I was praying. I'm still not sleeping well. Our AC's broken, and it's not good. Anyway, it's by the by. But I was thinking, this is my vision for the health centre. The nurse is here. She cares for the children. That's all next week. But I'm praying that the Ghana Health Authority will bring clinics down here.
Yeah, well, that's our heart's
So that's
desire.
next week. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
That is my heart's desire. Particularly for me, the breast screening programme, which is almost non-existent. So we're really praying into that, aren't we? So that's... But next week we'll get a lot more. I'll get video. Obviously, we can get a little video. It's just the internet. We have to be so careful we don't overload it. So as you see, I've taken the background out and I've taken a lot of stuff out. But it's worked. Praise God.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
it's amazing, isn't it?
We didn't know if it would.
And it is.
And it is. Well, it is today. Power's off in the night, so who knows? But we can run it. We've got an internet box. We can run it off the power if we need to. So today then, what's happening today? Are you buying dresses today or...?
No, we're going into Accra today to meet Margaret and be joyous to meet her again and to continue the planning.
Yes, if you're in the Prayer Warriors, Margaret's in Prayer Warriors, and so is Rose, and I think is Rose in it. I know.
Yeah.
I mix it all up. There's what Bright Flowers, isn't it? I think Rose
That's
is on
right.
this morning in Bright Flowers.
And two Margarets, Phyllis.
So
Abigail.
we'll see them tomorrow and today.
Yeah.
Talk about how we're going to progress the revival stuff. That's today. See that take us an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half to get back. You see where the time goes.
That's right.
In
One thing
Ghana.
a day.
Yeah, one thing a day is all you can really hope to achieve. And then tonight, it's the praise evening. That'll be another challenge. I brought the equipment out from England, so
And it was lovely. I saw you took the guitar. You have a guitar out here.
Yeah, Gazelle.
And you were playing it yesterday, and it was lovely.
Gazelle.
It was lovely.
So that's tonight, 2000 hours. Now Thursday and Friday morning, I'm going to do Good Morning on Facebook again. I said I'd restart it, so we're going to do it twice a week. So that'll be tomorrow and Friday morning, and Saturday night will be the worship time. So when we come back from Margaret's, where are we going?
Oh, we're going to the shop.
Tell people about ShopRite.
Yes, it's a big supermarket.
It's big. It is big.
It's really big. It's lovely. It's lovely. When we first came, you had to do Western shopping in the garages, and basically it was dairy cheese and beans and a bit of bread. Whereas now we have classy supermarkets, and there is another supermarket called Maxmart which supplies Waitrose goods. Now I fancy that.
Good heavens!
But we're going to Maxmart, which is
No, we're going to ShopRite.
Oh, we're going to ShopRite. So with joy, I
cheaper.
will get my shopping trolley.
Now here's the thing.
And Kwesi will push it.
Here's the thing. It's expensive for Ghanaians to
Yeah.
go there. There's an even more expensive one in the centre of town, and we're always concerned about this. And so we don't buy expensive things, do we? In ShopRite, we just basically buy our basic things, and then Anita buys all the other stuff locally. We prefer to shop locally.
That's right.
But there are some things.
Sometimes you just need to go into a supermarket.
No, I don't think it's even that. No,
I'm
I think there
talking
is.
from me.
Yeah, well, you're always talking. I mean, I'm lucky. I don't know how I get on this. I really don't. I expected a screen to put up, me to be phased out.
Get off. But I'm saying,
See, you saw that, didn't you? Get off.
Wait,
That's the truth, isn't it?
We don't go crazy.
You want to be
in
number
there.
one, don't you?
Yeah. Paul and I are fighting our way up. But it's just. It's nice to go. Sometimes I just like to go and able to. I'm going to buy some soap today.
Yeah.
Now that's not.
We can buy soap locally, but sometimes, because we are Western, there are some things we need for our health and stuff. And when we stay in hotels, Paul's very strong on this. There are some hotels that don't suit our Western bodies. And this is what we go to ShopRite, to buy those things that we need.
Ease us a bit.
Yeah, to make life possible. But we also buy a lot of our stuff locally. Not all the stuff is even available locally, so we buy them. So we are very aware.
And we do shop, as you said, locally, just to help the...
But we are aware, though, aren't we, that we're going to an expensive
I've got a shop
shop
in the garden now. I've got
But here's the thing,
and a
right?
seat in the garden to sit.
Here's the thing about ShopRite. We feel we are putting our money into the local economy. So what we spend at ShopRite is helping support those staff that work at the checkouts. So you have to take a broad view of all these things, don't you? There are lots of challenges living here.
That's right. And it's in a shopping mall, isn't it? It's a shopping
where they
mall.
sell Gookie handbags. Can you believe that?
And Clinique makeup.
At how much? £35 a pop, was it? You know.
We pay that in England.
Yeah, but this isn't England, is it? That's the point.
I know.
And the Ghanaians watch us to see how we behave in terms of material things.
Yeah,
and
we're
everything.
very careful.
So we are
with that.
very, very careful how we do things.
And especially out here in the valley, also, I'm very careful.
And we appreciate the privilege of being able to go to ShopRite and shop there. But we use the local shops, don't we?
Yeah. And we live in the valley. We belong to the valley, so that's our life. It's not a Western life as such.
No.
I live like Paul.
We're not Westerners. We're long since past that.
Yeah.
We belong here. We're home here.
Yeah.
And you can see how much younger we look when we come here, because this is our home. And this area, and I'm rabbiting now. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
you see,
get on with it.
we live above our vision. The children are downstairs in their classrooms. We live above our vision, and I reckon that's pretty special.
That's right. And I wrote last night, as we did Pop in Prayer yesterday, the children were singing down below, and as their voices rose in the air, he'll say I'm being flowery, but you'll know what I mean. The children sang, and as their singing rose up, our prayers were lifted up into heaven.
Well, today it's praise, isn't it, downstairs? It's best to go out.
The drums will start.
Because the walls vibrate. Actually, I usually go down, dance with them, actually.
But actually it's true, we are living in the heart. We're like those melting chocolate puddings that you can buy. We're living right in the middle of our vision.
This is the mission, is it? A melted chocolate pudding. Is that what I'm going to put on the brochures now?
Melting.
A melted chocolate pudding.
In it.
I'm only jealous, that's all.
But it's lovely to be here and be part of it.
Yeah. So thank you for being with us. Thanks, David, who's watching this over in England and making it work. He will edit this broadcast now, and it'll be up tomorrow.
Are we finishing now?
I was planning on it, yeah. Why? You got something else to say?
No, I just wondered.
You know, you can't get the staff, can you? Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Just waiting for it to come. Yeah. It isn't going to play the sound today.